Ven, pásale, va a pasar. Ya te la mandé. Es que pasó un pedo ahí en el chat
All
y
right.
como mi
So we
camarada de
got
Maverick
an
Times.
emergency podcast for you guys tonight. We saw an incident that happened through a video that was being circulated by Benny Benny Villa,
Well,
Benjamin Villa, the haircut plug. He actually caught this recording, two recordings, and then he shared it on Facebook. We picked it up right away, shared it on the Maverick Times, but we were able to reach out to Mr. Villa and get his perspective on what happened because we did see a short clip, and that short clip, showed, what looked like the police getting a suspect. I can't say that they were using excessive force or anything. I don't think that, but we will see and find out through Mr. Villa here that's going to join us in a second. We have several viewers across Facebook and all of our social media. So if you saw the video, we're about to get some answers from an eyewitness that shot the video so he can tell us all the backstory of what happened with this issue. Let's go ahead and bring him on. Again, this is Benjamin Villa. Everybody knows him as Cuate. He's a real known person out here that does some haircuts. He's a haircut plug. Everybody knows him as a haircut plug. Of course, he grew up with around people my age, so everybody in the that era of graduation, '03, a little bit before, a little bit after, should know who we're talking about here. But we'll go ahead and bring him on to let him introduce himself. Mr. Villa, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. How about
It's
yourself?
good. I'm doing not too bad, man. We've got a lot of viewers on here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and
Okay.
they all want to know what's going on. I know a lot of the people saw the video that you put out, of course, from your page, Benjamin Villa, the haircut plug. Guys, I can't tell you enough. We used to get our haircut all the time by Mr. Villa here. Top quality, especially here in Eagle Pass, second to none. But we saw the videos. We're kind of curious because it's a clip, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to know what happened, what's going on. Introduce yourself first, of course.
Yeah.
Say your piece, and then let us know what happened.
All right. First of all, my name is Benjamin Villa, as Isaac said. I'm also known as Benjamin Villa Haircut Plug. I've been cutting hair for as long as I can remember. I work at A Squad Barbershop, located at 2222 DeVille Boulevard, where the incident actually occurred at. Not necessarily at right there, but it was right next door. So
It
that
was
that
vacant lot,
little
right?
place that you see there, that's exactly where it happened. So if you've been to A Squad Barbershop, you see the little house there. That's like an abandoned house. That's what happened. So I was already getting ready to go out of the barbershop. It was like around the time that I put the video. I don't know if you guys saw or anything like that, but I saw this guy just walking around without a shirt. Kind of looked suspicious, but then again, I mean, that's how people walk around here in Eagle Pass, right? And I saw the guy, and I didn't think much of it. So, and then while I tried to go back in, like to the barbershop, I noticed that two police officers with trucks pulled up to the scene, and they kind of like got off the car and rushed, kind of wanted to rush the person that was, allegedly broke somebody's window. So they pointed like the guns at him, and they said, drop the weapon," and the other guy seemed like he had a weapon. I don't know if he did or not because I'm not gonna say he did or he didn't because it was dark, and I'm not gonna jump into conclusions because if it turns out that he didn't have a weapon, I mean, I'm no one's gonna look bad. So, so if it was a weapon or not, they eventually got the person to drop the weapon or whatever it was, and after that, I started recording, and then that's when the two officers rushed him and they kind of tackled him, and at first he seemed like he wanted to cooperate with the police, and then after a while he started like kind of like tussling with them, and like, I guess, I mean, I don't know what he was expecting, that he was outnumbered. That's why in the video I said, ya déjate, ya déjate, ya te traen, like, like, just let yourself. And then that's when And, he started kind of. I don't know if you saw in the video. His feet were going kind of like that. That's because the guy wasn't really
Yeah.
like trying to comprehend, and that's when the police started like kind of like beating him. And I say, I mean, to me, it was somewhat just because I mean, if I were to put myself in the police officer's place, I would have been like, hey, you know what? Whether regardless of the guy has a weapon or not, it might seem like he had a weapon because he seemed very aggravated and very like ready to fight. Like it looked like if he was gonna like there was gonna be a shooting, to be honest. And so I mean, I was expecting the worst, and then so then they got, like I said, they got him to drop down the weapon or whatever, and they tackled him. They gave him a couple of punches, and like I said earlier, if I was a police officer, I think I would have done the same thing, to be honest, because it wasn't looking like he was gonna give up anytime soon.
So before you did this video, right? Before you saw anything, you saw what was an individual. He was walking down. I think you said he was not wearing a shirt, correct?
Yeah, he had it like kind of around his neck. Yeah,
Okay, he had a shirt around his neck, not on him, and he was just walking down. I guess the curb there, right by
yeah,
a squad barbershop
yeah,
where you work, and you were coming out. So you saw that, you were looking at it, and then all of a sudden you were surprised by the cops showing up.
yeah.
So
Because like
that
I said, I was looking at it, so like you know. Eagle Pass, well, I know how it looks like, how people walk around the streets, So to me, it was like, nothing out of the ordinary. But then when I went back into the barbershop, because I opened the door, like, okay, whatever. And then I went back into the barbershop, and all of a sudden I saw like those police lights, and I was like, oh, something's going on here. So I decided to go outside and see what was going on, and that's what was going on.
and okay, so then you saw the police pull up, and they were kind of aggressive towards the guy, but we didn't know the situation, right? I
Right.
assume they were looking for him already.
Yeah,
Something was
it was
reported.
obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you said it looked like it was dark, but it did look like something was happening to where the police were worried about him having some kind of weapon on him.
Yeah, yeah, and if he didn't, it seemed like he was pointing a weapon to him. So like I said, to me, I feel like it was just how they handled the situation because he wasn't trying to like cooperate or like he was kind of being kind of combative.
And at this point, well, police doesn't know whether he has a weapon or not, but they do need to protect themselves just
Right.
as anybody else, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They have the
Exactly.
right to protect themselves. Well, let me go ahead and put this video up so everybody can see. That way you can kind of explain what's going on. I guess I know they're small clips, right? But así para que you can kind of share with us what your thoughts are here.
Right.
Um, so this is one of the videos. I think this no, that's the second video. Let me play the first one.
Right.
I believe this is the first video.
And there's like people putting like pobrecito and this and that. Like, wait until you see the interview first, and then you can make your judgment after that.
So I'm going to go ahead and lower the background noise there. So this is already where you said that they were kind of in a little bit of a standoff where they were pointing something at each other. They already got him down, right?
Yeah.
You were saying that
He
like they
eventually if he had a weapon, he dropped it down. They convinced him to drop it down the floor, and then he got on his knees and he put his hands behind his head. And then that's when they rushed him and they tackled him between two cops. And those
yeah,
cops
this
were the
is
ones that were on him.
and well, I mean, it looks like he's struggling a little bit,
Hmm.
and it looks like the officer's trying to regain, position to get him in handcuffs, right?
Yeah.
And again, if there was a situation where there may have been a weapon, I understand the reason why, they have to secure him because he may be a threat to them.
Right.
So that's the first video. Was that the first one you shot?
Yeah. The
Okay.
first one was the last one was when they told me don't be recording, and a lot of people thought it was a police officer, but it was actually the guy who his window got cracked. But I was assuming that maybe and I don't want to be prejudiced, but go ahead and play it.
Okay, let me go ahead and.
Déjate, bro. Déjate, bro. Déjate, carnal. Ya te traen, güey. Déjate. See, right there when I said déjate, bro, and they said
Déjate.
don't be recording. Um, he looked like a Caucasian person. I don't know if that's what you call him, right? And he didn't see. I don't think he knew what Spanish. How I mean, the language, but I think he was under the impression that I was trying to say like, hey, the police officer is being aggressive or whatever. But and that's why I guess he told me don't be recording. Like I'm just telling him to let himself get arrested. He like why is he resisting? Like he has it lost already, you know?
Yeah, no, and so the guy that comes in, would you say that the one who got
Bro,
his
déjate,
windows
bro.
broken, he's maybe not necessarily from around here? Because I mean, the majority of us all know Spanish and can talk English and Spanish and understand and all that.
Right.
So it may have been somebody that's not maybe a regular around here in Eagle Pass.
Yeah, I would.
Déjate,
If I
carnal.
had to guess, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get this played without the sound. There you go. So yeah, I'm letting that play right now. So it looks pretty much like the same. The first thing is
Hmm.
they're trying to secure him. Of course, we see there's shots going at the suspect. But again, you're saying that there was a reason why um, there was a concern for the police officers.
Yeah,
So
and I wish I could have cut that clip where they're kind of like honestly, it was actually a standoff. To be honest,
well, you said that they were pointing something at each other, and then eventually they got him down. I'm guessing with the hands behind your head, on your knees, so they
yeah,
can arrest him. But it
yeah,
still looks like he's struggling, even though he already kind of, got on his knees and said, because usually when you do that, yeah, okay, go ahead and take me in, right?
yeah, yeah. Like cut it quits. I'm not gonna fight y'all.
No, I'm not gonna do nothing. Okay, go ahead, come and get me. But it looks like there he's resisting
Yeah,
the arrest.
you can see where he's like kind of like throwing his feet around. Like, why would he be doing that if he did not really resist an arrest?
Yeah. No, yeah, it looks like he's trying to kick a little bit. Um, the
Because they're
officer, I
saying they're
mean,
they're trying to get him to flip on his stomach or something like that, and
yeah,
and they're kind of flipping him there.
they're trying to turn him around so they can put the handcuffs on him, right? I'm
Or
guessing, and
something
he's
like that.
not.
Yeah, but yeah, put it on. I don't know if you want to put it on. Get on your back or get. I don't know what did they say. Yeah, I think they said get on your
Déjate,
back.
carnal. Ya te traen, güey. Déjate.
Get on your
Get
Déjate,
stomach.
on
bro.
your
Déjate,
stomach. Yeah,
bro. Déjate, carnal. Ya te traen, güey. Déjate.
and then you can see like his toes were pointing up, so you can see where
Déjate,
he's
bro.
like not
Déjate,
not
bro.
trying to cooperate.
Déjate, carnal. Ya te traen, güey.
And and
Déjate.
and that's you, right? Yelling in the background,
Yeah, I
telling
mean,
them
yeah,
to. No, it looks like a serious scene, man. I mean, you don't. It's not an everyday occurrence. Even though Eagle Pass lately, we have been getting these serious incidents a lot more recently.
hmm
A lot more recently, right? I mean, I know that me and you are around the same age, so a lot of stuff we see now we never saw when we were growing up,
oh
right?
yeah,
But yeah, that looks like a serious issue, and we're glad to have you on, especially as an eyewitness. And it's real good whenever anybody shares that, because I mean, it could have gone either way, right? It could have been
right,
that the police were wrong and using excessive force, or it could have been, the suspect. They needed to get him down by any means possible,
right.
and it looks like that's the case more than anything. Is that hey, if he's pointing something, even if it's looks like a gun, or if it's your finger like that and it's dark, the cops don't know. And
Yeah,
and
like right there as the video plays, there's not like of course the police officer is gonna put their bright lights. Even like that, you cannot really see like much, and I mean you can barely see. They're all dressed in black, of course, and if like I couldn't even tell if the guy had a pistol or like a wallet or a phone or
or
uh,
what did he have in his hand, right?
yeah.
That it could have been something he used to break the window.
No, he has because when the guy who told me that told me why recording or stop recording, that guy was the guy who got his. Because when I went outside, I'm like, "What's up?" Like he's like, "Oh, that guy broke my window." And I'm like, okay, and like, what does that have to do with me recording, right? But anyways,
What was the guy that got his window broken? He was parked there at the barber shop or in the
no, no.
area, or
When the police, when all the police got there, like 5 minutes, like 5 minutes after, even the whole, when um, the police got there, there was a little standoff going on, and then after a couple of minutes, that's when the people who got their windows broken, I guess they followed the police, and then they wanted to see what was going on.
mm, okay. And well, I mean, you said that it looked like it was a standoff. Did you see the suspect or the guy that's being, allegedly detained there, right, in the video? Did you see him put anything down on the ground?
But by that time,
Oh,
I was with another barber inside the barber shop, and he was like, "Hey, lock the lock the doors." I'm like, "We can't lock the doors from inside, you know." And he was afraid that the guy might go in. I'm like, "What are you scared of? He's already being detained, you know." So that part, I didn't see where he dropped it or anything like that. But when I went outside and I saw that he was already on his knees and had his hands behind his head.
and then that's when immediately this happened, right? When they were trying to get him
Yeah,
in handcuffs, I assume.
yeah. I was like, hey, and I told my friend, the one that was with me, I was like, yeah, hey, let's record. And he was like too panicked, so I was like, I'll record it, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna get shot or anything like that.
Yeah. No, and it looks like they're doing what needs to be done given the situation that you're detailing us.
Uh-huh.
Um, was there any reason, to think that this guy might have been doing something or anything
Yeah,
like
man.
that? Or
He, like I said in the beginning, he looked kind of suspicious. Like, I mean, not everybody walks around, at that time without a shirt and dirty pants, and looking all scruffy like that. It's you can tell. All right. I mean, we don't have to. Me and you, we're grown, and you know what that looks like.
yeah.
Not you can tell like I hadn't showered and pants all messed up, all dirty. He wasn't doing construction, that's for sure.
Pues, looking at it, se miraba algo mal de él, right?
Sí,
Something was
Malandín, como
off.
se venía con Malandín.
Okay, okay. So then, I mean, I guess, was there any panic? Was there a lot of other people around watching this,
No,
or?
no, it was just me and the guy, the barber that was there with me. He's a little bit younger than a lot younger than me, as a matter of fact. He was actually kind of panicked, but as soon as they apprehended the guy, everything seemed to be all right, I guess.
And how many units responded? Do you remember?
Yeah. Well, it was the first two, and then three pulled up, and then two blocked the road to come inside to the barbershop where all the chaos was happening.
So it looked like PD, I guess, responded, quickly,
Yeah,
fairly, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
they did
Very,
they
very
did their job.
responsive. Yeah, very responsive, and I like that.
No, yeah, man.
We
I
need
mean,
more of
shit.
that, to be honest.
Shit, I know, back when we were younger, we didn't necessarily think like that, but nowadays, at this age, with kids and everything like that, I mean, you want to live in a safe community, right?
Right.
And you want to make sure everything is safe and there isn't any, I guess, ruckus or any kind of unsafe condition for our kids growing up, especially near a business. I mean, you guys have a
Yeah.
business. You guys run a good business from what I've heard about A Squad Barbershop. A lot of good barbers, and if they have you working for them, I'm pretty sure that they're a legit establishment and everything. And
Thank
of
you.
course, you guys don't want anything like any problems, right? Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else you want to tell us about the situation. I think you kind of clarified because everybody kind of saw the clips and maybe we're a little bit biased trying to say,
Right, yeah, yeah, exactly.
hey,
Yeah.
you,
Like,
you
like
want to talk about that
I
a
was
little bit?
I got some biased comments on Messenger and there on the comments there, and people were saying, "Ay, pobrecito, y que why, like, please, like, if you were there, like, you would, let's say that was your car and that was your window, and you saw like everything that I saw. I mean, you would clarify that as justification, to be honest." And they responded very quickly, and I want more of that, to be honest.
No, yeah, I agree with you, man. I think that EPPD has been doing a great job, in my opinion, ever since
Yeah.
Chief Amy Gonzalez has come on board, and of course that's just my opinion. Um, and I think that you see that a lot more now, and this is one of the cases or incidents where you can see that they're out there doing their job as much as
Right.
possible, right?
Yeah.
I, Benny, I haven't talked to you in a while. Cuate, it's been a while, man. We got
Yeah.
to do this again. But do you
Yeah.
have any other information that you can share with us, or any other thoughts on
Just the
that
thought
to
that
end it?
I feel a little bit more safer that the response is a lot more quicker than it was before,
Yeah.
and that's about it. I hope everybody has a safe and pleasant New Year, and y'all take care. If you need a haircut, go visit us at Ace Club Barbershop, 2222 The Real Boulevard. And thank you again, Maverick. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting me express my story or whatever, the testimony or whatever. Yeah.
No,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. We appreciate wanting to be with us and wanting to come out and not being shy about it. We've had other
Yeah,
people that share videos with us and like, hey, don't say my name, leave me out, and this and that. But we're happy that you were able to come out and tell the people exactly because they want to hear it from the person that was there, right? Because I
right.
can say whatever I think about it, but you were there, you saw everything, you recorded it, you shared it, so that's why we wanted to get you out here, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah,
But we do owe another podcast on a little deeper level that
yeah,
we can probably have sometime in the future. I know that me and you've talked over the years about several different topics.
of
That's
course.
one that we need to plan, and hopefully, with the new year coming, we'll let that new podcast out.
All right, that sounds great.
All right, man. Well, thank
All
you.
right, thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
it.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you. Have a good one.
You too, man. Take it easy.
All right, bye bye.
All right, guys. So you guys saw the video. If either you saw it through the Maverick Times, either on our page, or you saw it through Benjamin Villa, the haircut plug. He shared the video as well. That's where we scooped it up. We asked him if we could use it. Everything was okay with him. We wanted to get out here the live um, eyewitness account of the person that saw it firsthand. And the way I saw it when I first saw the clips, it did come off a certain way, and it kind of seemed that and I saw the comments that he was referring to where he said that some people were like they're being a little aggressive, they're doing this, they're doing that. But it kind of seems to me, after talking with the eyewitness there on the ground, that there was a lot of other backstory that we didn't know about. We didn't know anything about the broken window. We didn't know anything about a possible gun or a possible weapon, or something that was being pointed to where the officers had to draw their weapons. According to our witness here, Mr. Villa, there was something that happened that caused the officers to act in such an aggressive manner. And I'm glad that we were able to reach out to this person. That way we can, kind of settle anything about there was wrongdoing or anything like that by the police. It looks like, it's not. I'm not trying to tell you what to think, but it does look like, given the witness testimony that was there after seeing that video, that the officers were trying to protect themselves as much as anything and protect the people around them, just to make sure everybody was safe. And you did hear from the witness as well, Mr. Villa, say that he feels a lot safer now knowing that the police officers or Eagle Pass Police Department are responding almost immediately and taking care of situations that are happening in our community. And I do think, and I will say that it may have to do a lot with the new chief of police, Amy Gonzalez, that was given the charge just recently, a couple of months ago. We have seen, a good response from her and her team there in the police department. All the way from the threats at the Eagle Pass Independent School District. They have responded. They have been there to assist. You see things like this, that people that may be dangerous in our community. You have the department doing their job, taking the time and making sure that the community is safe. And I think that that's something that we really need to focus on and be appreciative about. It wasn't always the case here in Eagle Pass, but now that we see an uptick in crimes and fights, in gun violence, which here in Eagle Pass we never seen the amount of gun violence that we've seen in 2025 in any other year. So that's something that we really need to take into account. Of course, we always had gun violence sporadically, not anything that's consistent. It's always a big event whenever something happens, but given recent events, it is now starting to be a regular thing where occurrences happen here in Maverick County in the city of Eagle Pass, and we're appreciative to those law enforcement officers that take care of our community. Guys, that's all I have for you today. I did want to get this guy on here, make sure Mr. Villa told us the account, let you guys know what exactly happened with the video that he shared, so you guys get the complete story rather than just the clips that we're sharing, because there is value in the clips that we share, but getting the story from the eyewitness is exactly what is needed to know what happened in that situation. Uh, Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. We know it's late. Happy holidays. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Good luck to you all that are going through fantasy football championships right now. I know I am currently. So good luck to you guys. We're going to start uptaking or bringing up more our interviews. We're going to have, of course, it's election season. Extend an invite to all the candidates that want to come on and showcase or talk about their platform. Of course, we don't throw any softball questions. You will be grilled. And I think that if you're able to come out after that grilling or those tough questions that we want to probe you about, we want to know about what your platform is. We want to know what you have done for this community. We want to know the vision that you have for this community moving forward with these Maverick County elections. So if you guys are interested, if you're an elected official, if you're somebody that wants to talk about the elections from a political analyst standpoint and want to discuss this on the Maverick Times, we are open to discussing the political situation that is happening, because there is a lot of things happening in the back, behind the curtains, that people may not know all the moving parts, but that's what you guys tune in for, and that's what you guys expect from the Maverick Times, to give you the latest in news in Eagle Pass, the latest in news around our community, around our country, around the state of Texas, and interviewing these people that want to take elected office, and making sure that we, kind of probe them and don't leave them with any softball questions that they can get away kind of scot free and kind of a vanilla type of interview. No, you guys know that we hit with the hard stuff, and we want to know and make sure that these people that are running for office do have your best interest at heart. So, guys, this is the Maverick Times. This was podcast episode number 69. We appreciate you joining in. Thank you for Mr. Villa for joining us. Haircut plug, guys, hit him up. He works at the A Squad Barbershop. You can find him on Facebook. Send him a message. I know he's always willing to help you look your greatest. This is Isaac Reese, Maverick Times Podcast, guys. We appreciate y'all. Good night. Happy holidays. We hope you have a great 2026. That's all for today.